Oh, not good. Oh, I have to pull over. I am pegged out. We got to pull over right here, guys.
Right here. Y'all remember this red van? This is the one that had me stranded. This is the one that come from the other shop. Yeah, y'all remember that shop, that Derman shop, you know, cousin Pookie worked at? This is the one they did like $3,000 worth of work on. And they brought it here because it's still overheating and it's still running rough and it's still doing a bunch of stuff. Well, guess what, guys? I was overruled, okay? When management got a hold of this thing and looked at the mileage and the history, yeah, there's only one estimate I was able to give. And that's right, you guessed it, a complete engine assembly. Now, so as predicted, guys, yes, they declined. Okay, it is a lot of money to, y'all see this van right here? I mean, take a look at it. I'm not downing anybody's vehicle, but is it really worth it? Okay, some of y'all question the $3,000 that they spent on the repair. Some of y'all suggested they should have just went and got another van. However, that is nobody called to make except for the owner, guys. So we have to respect that. Now, yeah, guys, this is the one they did a whole bunch of stuff. Got P06DD. They put a new cool on it. I questioned, that's a Derman. Derman? Yeah. They put a cool on it. They did some spark plugs. Y'all saw that receipt? She just gave me the receipts on everything she have just gotten done not too long ago. Will you get a look at this? All right, I'm trying to keep this stuff anonymous because I don't want, you know, I don't want the company or the, yeah. All right, but take a look at this. All right, so they just charged her $1,600 in labor, $1,200 in parts. All right, so she was just out of $3,000. A lot of y'all was trying to figure out what's the name on the receipt. In other words, where the shop was. Now guys, let me explain something to you. I read the comments. I read all the comments. Okay, yeah. Some of you guys' comments were on point. Some of you guys' comments were questioning my tactics. Yeah, the way I go by doing things, guys. Every time I tell y'all this all the time. No two mechanics are exactly alike. Just because you diagnose cars a different way than me don't mean my way is wrong. I would never tell you your way is wrong. It's just different than mine. The end goal is all that matters. Figuring out what's wrong with the car is all that matters. How you get there is on you. All right, the guy that's diagnosing it. So, yeah, some of you guys' comments was pretty harsh. Oh, you big dummy, you don't know what the hell you doing. One guy questioning him why I didn't pull over as soon as the hand pegged out. Guys, when you're in traffic, you just can't veer over to the left and get out of harm's way. Yeah, you got to find a opening to get in there. I mean, the engine is overheated. It's overheating. I get it. I'm in the H. You shouldn't have let it got that far. True, but circumstances can prevent some things. And some of you guys were saying when I remember I put pressure on it and I went down here to look, and as I was coming up, I went and looked at the video and I did see a pile of, you know, something fall down, water, liquid wise, but I didn't see it at the time. Y'all was questioning, why you didn't see that, you big dummy? Well, I didn't see it. Not only that, remember, let me see something, because what I ended up doing first was filling it up. Remember we talked about the importance of making sure it's properly bled, full, and then go drive it and try to diagnose it. Well, yes, and a lot of you guys was questioning this thermostat. No, that is not a Mopar thermostat, and I agree with 80% of you that was suggesting this must be an OEM Mopar thermostat. Guys, if you do enough of these, you're going to realize, yes, I mean, there's competitors, other name thermostats out there, but for some reason, Mopar got it on lock. Okay, I'm sorry. That's just, I'm not bragging on Mopar. I'm just stating facts. They got the design of the thermostat. Whoever they sublet that out to build those thermostats, they got it on point. All right. Yes, I went with a Comrade or whatever that I went with. I've put all kinds of thermostats on cars just for it to come back and get a Mopar and everything be all right. My man Alex, the car doctor, ran into this all the time. He said he getting tired of telling people OEM. I know why. Because y'all under the pressure that OEM is expensive and it's a stealership. So y'all don't want no part of that. I get it. Put on what you want to put on. But with me, I want OEM. And come to find out, based on all the comments, I'm not alone. So that was their error number one. They went in with the wrong thermostat. Now, a lot of you guys were saying head gasket. There's multiple ways you can test. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I don't think I pulled this on the first video, did I? Yeah, a lot of you guys, you were saying head gasket. Oh my goodness, I didn't pull this. Come to think of it, knucklehead me. All right, but the moral of the story, and they could have just changed the oil and make it look good like that. The moral of the story, guys, they decline. All right, yeah, I don't want to harp on this. So my job is to dress it up, put it back together, and they coming to get it. This is a company car for some kind of business. All right, it's just a shame. I'm serious. It's just a darn, whatever you want to call it, shame that they out of $3,000 from that other shop and with no recourse. Okay, now, not to defend a shop or not to defend a mechanic, but you charge somebody $3,000 freaking dollars and you do a lot of work to their car and they still have the same problems. What happens when that happens? I'm gonna flip this video around and talk about that. Okay, because I will say this, guys, hear me out real good. If this was a bigger facility, let's say a dealership, if this has happened to the dealership, that customer would be raising hell, threatening lawsuits, going to court, calling her lawyer, calling Johnny Cochran, calling everybody, trying to figure out how to recourse or recoup the $3,000 that they just spent on the same broken engine. All right, so if this had happened to me, I would have to figure out what's wrong with this, and I would have had to fix it. Not for free. So we would have ended up. Let's hypothetically say JT the car guy did this. He's supposed to be good, but he screwed up. Okay, everybody makes a mistake. Now, what my recourse was, not just throw the customer on the bus. We don't know. Go to a dealership. That's what that other shop did. We don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I know you needed all this stuff, and you still got the problem. I don't know what else to tell you. Go somewhere. No, we can't do that. We the last stop. The buck stops here. All right. If we don't know, damn it, nobody knows. I know some of y'all think this guy bragging on a dealership. We get dealership shit all the time. We got to fix it. Not from here. Not this one. All right. You're not going to get no comeback from JT. That's number one. All right. Okay. We're not going to get in. Boy, shut your mouth. We're not going to get into that. But what was I at? Let me say this. The recourse somebody like me would have made if they came back with this problem, we would have not charged them labor. Okay. We can't get them the whole job free. All right. If we found something else wrong, yes, the mechanic will simply have to eat the labor as far as parts. Now, a mechanic can deal with that because at that point, all he's dealing with is time. That's time lost, time served, bro. You lost. You're not going to win them all. I've been there where I've had to do a whole job, take a transmission out 2 or 3 times because it's still making a noise. Let me take it back out. Yeah, I've been there. That's why when you get ahead, you try to, stay ahead. All right, because there are going to be days when you fall behind. So I would end up fixing this. Let's say if I find out blown engine, they need an engine. Yeah, I would likely do the engine, not for free, but reduced labor. Instead of 15 hours, probably be 10 or something like that. We would deduct the 5 hours that we charged them the last time. We'll deduct whatever we charged the last time. Let's say if it was a 5-hour job, we will deduct that from this. And instead of 15 hours, be 10 hours. They would be so happy and knowing they would have a decent car. But a lot of you guys called it. All right, I'm here to say you likely right. From the looks of this cap, exhaust gases was getting in the cooling system. A lot of you guys was asking me, well, what'd you find? What'd you find? What was wrong with it? I never got back on it because I wrote the estimate up. Management called me in the office. We discussed it, and due to the mileage, due to the history, they need an engine. And now I agree. All right, trying to fix this is extremely reckless, guys. All right, this is all aluminum engine. You're never gonna. You don't know how hot they got it. I got it hot. They got it hot before I got it hot. So chances are those aluminum cylinder heads are warped. All right, I'm talking too much, so I'm done. I'm gonna wrap this up. Derman, you let him down. All right, maybe, just maybe, if that was a Mopar cooler, I don't know. Let me get a good thumbnail picture of this because I'm gonna use this as a thumbnail. All right. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna call this video, but yeah, they decline, guys. They're not gonna pay the money for a damn engine. What the hell? This is a damn Caravan, for peeps' sake. $3,000 was pushing it on their last repair. All right, so my work here is done, guys. I'm done. I'm talking too much. So let me do this. Let me get out of here, and I appreciate you guys interacting with me in the comment section, whether it's good or bad. It don't matter, guys. Let me say this again. You cannot hurt my feelings. So whatever's on your mind, you want to say it, guys. I'm just going to respond accordingly. That's all. But I appreciate the interaction in the comment. And yeah, that's that, guys. I'm done. I got to go.